What's going on, guys? Seth and Chevy here. We just watched episode 1 of season 2 of Ranma, which just came out a couple days ago, I believe. We're going to be talking full spoilers ahead, and hopefully you've had a chance to watch this. We'll do a real quick recap, very simple. This whole season I likely will be easy recaps because this show's pretty straightforward in every episode's premise, but basically creepy kid who likes to take pictures of Akane around school starts working with Kuno to basically find out Ranma's weakness. He creeps around their property for multiple days, which is terrifying, and it is eventually revealed that Ranma does have a weakness that he got when he was younger, and that is cats. He has a fear of cats that's paralyzing for him. We get one scene where they start putting cats on him that weren't there a second ago, but that's this show in general, is people just conveniently have what they need when they need it. So yeah, that information is taken and used by the creepy kid. I forgot his name. He has candles and stuff. And he sets up an ambush for Ranma that ends up ambushing not only Ranma, but also Akane, where they fall into a pit, and himself, into a pit of cats that sends Ranma into a frenzy, going insane. And we also get the reveal that when too terrified of cats, he goes into a feral cat mode where he starts acting like a cat. Also, there's a tiger down there. Which Ranma goes crazy. They all start flying out of there because he's going nuts, and it's chaos. He rips up Kuno's wooden sword. Kuno throws it over a fence and calls him a coward for chasing after it. And then during all the mayhem, Ranma decides to sit in Akane's lap and start licking himself, and then he ends up kissing her, which sends her into a fury of embarrassment and just being in front of everybody, and flings him. And then he doesn't know what happened before that because he ended up falling in a pool, right?
Yeah.
And anything else?
I mean, that's pretty much the episode.
That's basically the episode. What do we think?
No, it was fun. I probably said it last time we talked about the show, but just to kind of reiterate, I think Mappa's doing a very good job bringing the show to a modern audience. It still carries all the same beats faithfully to the old show, but it has obviously modern art and animation, but it also has its own flair still. It doesn't look one for one like the show, but all the beats are still there. So it's a fun time.
I love how the animation's really nice. The visuals are really crispy and HD looking, but it also still feels retro.
Yeah.
They did such a good job of like balancing that, and it doesn't feel exactly like the original series, which is kind of cool because for people like us who have watched the original series, you've seen the whole thing. I haven't, so going into this will probably be really interesting for me this season. But it still leaves some unknowns for what they're going to do with the source material. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, and we kind of talked about it last season as well, how like some of the scenes are a little different, which is probably good for the animators as well, because they get to like have a little bit of creativity in the process of making it as well.
Did they in this episode at all do that thing we didn't like in season 1?
Their comic book stuff?
Yeah.
I didn't see any.
I didn't either.
They might have dropped it.
That would
maybe not in this episode.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see a couple episodes, but if they dropped it, that'd be interesting, because that was like my one complaint. And it wasn't even like a bad thing, just stylistically I wasn't into it.
Right.
So yeah, if they don't do it this season, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that until you brought it up. So
yeah.
The OP and ED are not really great for me. The visuals are fine. Like I like those a lot, but both songs kind of were misses for me. Especially the first one, I think is a little hard to listen to.
It's all over the place.
Yeah.
I, with the first song at the very beginning, thought it sounded like one of the original songs from the show. I don't know if it is or not, but it reminded me of something from back in the day. Obviously, it wouldn't be one-to-one of something else because it's its own thing, but I'll have to look into that because the beginning of the song reminded me of something. But I agree, I'm not a huge fan of the songs either, although the visuals for the intro and outro are great.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and then in typical Ranma fashion, we're constantly introduced new people who are always very unique characters, and they've done a good job realizing them, which is nice. I can't remember the kid's name either with the candlesticks, but you had kind of brought up as well. There used to be an old Super Nintendo fighting game of Ranma.
That's how old school we are. Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of these characters were in that, and it's funny for you because you didn't watch the show, so like all the way through. So you didn't, there's a lot of these characters that are going to be question marks, and you're going to have a familiarity with them.
Familiarity.
So,
Well, I'm in a confusing place right now in the show because I vaguely remember what happened in this episode. So I feel like I did see this in the original show. But before I remembered if I had seen this episode or not in the original show, I remember that kid like instantly because I remember the Super Nintendo game, and there was somebody with a headband and candles, and they like had
and
dark
the little voodoo doll.
Yeah, and they looked like scary or whatever. And seeing him, I'm like, that was him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
It'd probably be the same for me. I like this is a tangent, sorry guys, but I never watched Tenchi Muyo. I should honestly get around to doing that. But I played they had a strategy RPG on the 16-bit era, and I loved it. And I probably know all the characters from that, which is kind of funny. So
Yeah, I played that back in the day too. I watched some Tenchi Muyo before it was on TV. I think I had rented it.
oh wow, yeah.
Because it was in Japanese when I watched it.
Yeah,
That was a long time ago.
I need to watch it at some point because like people loved it, and I just never watched it for some reason. So
Yeah, I just remember when I was younger, I really liked the art style.
yeah. Anyways, to get back on Ranma, so the story obviously with the cats and stuff like that was super ridiculous. I love the fact that this kid is just like everywhere, but also that Ranma is also just everywhere and always aware of the guy's existence. He's trying to take all these pictures of him, and he's just in the background giving peace signs and staring at the camera in every single picture.
Yeah, which kind of gives the impression that this kid's not, like, obviously Ranma's better than him, like, athletically, but it's just funny too because like he's not even like sneaky or good at what he's doing.
Well,
Because
no one else
Ranma,
knows this is him. So.
yeah, but like Ranma is like telling Akane, he's like, I can't tell you my secret, and she's like, why? And he punches the floor, and he's just under there, like he knew the whole time
with a mining hat on, or not a lamp on. Yeah, and which is just completely ridiculous, right? Also, the other stuff that just gets destroyed in this show, and then it's just fine, like moments later, like
oh yeah.
Rules do not apply in this universe.
There are no rules. Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
But yeah, without going into too much, obviously, it was a really fun time. I'm happy to be watching it again, and I will always get some joy out of the small moments because the show will never go full blown romance, but the small moments of romance between Ranma and Akane. So
yeah, it's definitely just like a constant tease of them
forever. I don't want to say too much, but
I like the episode. I thought it was a lot of fun. It felt very nostalgic for me. I'm not even sure if I've seen this episode before or not, but it felt like I have. So I don't know. The scenario is ridiculous. The kid is a creep. Like nowadays, you would want to put that guy on a FBI watch list, but back then it's just more like awkward and weird.
They should have buy pictures off him and everything.
Yeah, I like that him and Kuno were working together, which is ridiculous because they're very different. Kuno's just in his own world, oblivious to everything outside of what's going on with him.
That's a family trait for them.
Yeah.
So.
I just like how he came running into the gym and he started doing his own thing. Everybody playing there, just like looking like, what the hell's he doing?
And then standing in the middle of the gym making proclamations.
Yeah. And then as soon as the floor blows up, there's a tiger in his face. He doesn't even change composure. He's just holding like, what the hell?
Sorry, ridiculous. I'm already taken.
Yeah. And then when his sword gets destroyed, he's just like pissed that it got destroyed. Then he throws it. He's like, fetch. And then he's like, look, he's a coward. And then I'm like, so ridiculous. Also, that there was that kid somehow got a tiger into that fucking basement, which is so ridiculous. All the cats in this episode too, the way they're portrayed is funny. Just like they're all just like people just pick them up and they just sit there and just like don't move and just are chill. At the one point where he like puts the first one on Ranma and it's just sitting there holding on, but not like moving or doing anything. He's just freaking out and it's just sitting there holding on. And then after that, they all start just putting cats on him like he's a Christmas tree. And I'm just like, this is fucking ridiculous. What else? Also, Ranma turning into his cat form. That, when it happened, I'm like, I've seen this before. I remember him acting like getting low or whatever with his eyes glowing. So
Yeah.
which
you
was
probably did see it then.
yeah, because I didn't remember that until he like turned like that and got low. I'm like, I've seen that before. So that was funny to watch. And yeah, overall, really funny episode, really good one. I'm definitely glad to be watching the show again as well. There's a nostalgic feeling to the show for me, so it's just like a joy to watch. I feel like the rest of the season will probably just go on like that, liking every episode. But we'll review them, we'll talk about them. Got anything else?
Nope.
All right, let us know in the comments what you guys think about episode 1 of season 2. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What were some of your favorite parts? And yeah, I'd ask you where do you think things are going? Unless you know, please don't tell us, I guess, because I might have seen the next episode, but I might not have. Yeah. And Chevy has, but he might not remember fully. So, yeah, let's keep spoilers to a minimal. But yeah, what do you think about Ranma Half season 2 so far? And recommendations. If you have any recommendations for shows, movies, whatever you'd like us to watch, we'll take them into consideration, but we can't guarantee we'll watch them. We're going to finish out Shogun probably this weekend, and then finally get that review out, and then humor a second show or movies. I don't want to get too bogged down because last season we were doing 3, and it was a lot. On top of, we do a gaming channel, and I do a TikTok, and it's a lot. So we'll try to keep it to 2 things at once. And so, yeah, if you have any recommendations, let us know. Yeah, but I've been Seth, this has been Chevy. Until the next review, we will talk to you guys later.